Good morning, brothers and sisters. It is 10:11 a.m. Central Standard Time on February 1st, 2022. We are going to have a solar weather update, a couple other things. Overnight, we happen to have a decent C flare, a C8.64, and just recently we just had a C6. So, as we can see, we're starting to come up to where we're living in a constant state of C flare activity. We did drop down into the B, the upper B's, which is not a bad thing. I'd rather be in B than C, that's for sure, right folks? And we are starting off today at spaceweatherlive.com. Right here we're looking at SDO, and we can see our sunspots here that are giving us a lot of the activity. We also have sunspot region 2940 and 2939 that are coming around the bend, and they are definitely developing and getting to be more vocal about their presence, like we don't already need it, right? Jeez. I mean, look at the size of that beast. Woof. And over at Space Weather Prediction Center, looking like we got some missing data again. No shocker there, right? At 11, this is 11 p.m. 11:11. Janus? That's interesting. Synchronicities. But it looks like there must have been some form of an event, and we can see that it was trying to recover. You can see from all the ups and downs like this on both the BZ and the BT and the BZ. Once again, over here looking at Enlil prediction. Yes, Enlil, the Anunnaki Sumerian god, Enlil prediction model. We're seeing right at 0202 of 2022 is the beginning of our impact. This is UTC time. So that's when we're going to start getting our plasma smack, and it looks like they're predicting about 32 centimeters cubed, but I think different. I think we're going to be getting a lot more than that. I think it's going to be closer to 45 myself, but hey, that's just me. And over here looking at our D region absorption prediction for our chart from the radiation that we received from those flares. This was our first C flare at 7:38 UTC time. It looks like according to their chart we took about 20 to 22 decibels, and I would actually have to concur with it on this one. Good job, you guys. But as you can see, it stays pretty constant. Now the majority of that impact was out in the middle of the ocean, but some of it did get into Eastern Africa, so that's not good. India, Western Australia, Saudi Arabia, Madagascar. Now there's a huge hurricane that's actually right out here in the middle of the ocean, and it's going to be coming over, and it's going to be hitting Madagascar here pretty soon. So if you happen to be in that area or know anybody that is, please tell them to seek shelter and safety. So you can see our flares are kind of going up and down and up and down and up and down. Well, that's because we're in constant state of absorption of X-ray. South America coming at you. It has been revealed to me that I have a couple of younger followers, and here we are looking at yesterday over at Seeds, and here we can see right here on LASCO C2 satellite we have a spaceship, and this one is actually a bird shape because you got the head here, you got the wings, and the tail back here. We are not alone, ladies and gentlemen. We never have been. Let's go over here to 86. Now you see all these little squirrely things like that? Those are from the presence of Borg cubes. Like this guy right here and here. You can see him in the black and white. You can see him in color here. Zoom in for you. The Borg cubes actually have light bending technology. That's why we have a hard time seeing them, and they are in our skies. This is our view of Seeds from today. And we are going to take notice that we actually had a nice little pop-off come off the sun, coming off the eastern limb, but this is not coming Earth at all. This is going away from us, but it's always a beautiful spectacle to see the raw power of our sun. And once again, oh look, we got another little friend down here. Hello, friend. There he is. Head, wings, and tail, and a little fla-la-la-la, his little signature trail of propulsion behind him. And oh, look, there's another one. Got quite a bit of activity going on out there today, folks. Quite a bit, actually. And oh, look, right at the top of the disc, there's another one. Oh, look, very next frame, there's another one. They're all over, folks. Oh, look, wow, look at this one. That almost looks like a satellite, doesn't it? Look at that guy. That's a funny looking one. That literally looks just like a satellite that we would think of. I wonder if this is like maybe, I don't know. I'm wondering which satellite that might be. But that does look like a satellite to me, folks. Are they going to crash another one into the sun like they've already done? And for some of the new time viewers, we're looking over here at stereo head chronograph 2, and we are looking at Sechi. We got the reverse ink filter, and we've got the red. We're seeing the explosion going off the bottom side and it's going away from us. Okay, we're not going to hit it, or it's not going to hit us rather, but draw your attention to right over here, this nice, perfectly round, planetary type object, which is about the size of our sun. This is an occulter. This is a disk that covers our sun, just like this one here. The white circle here is the actual size of the sun. Okay, and this is the disk that covers it. So as you can see, this is very large. It almost looks like we have another little one right over here. We do have a second sun. We are a binary star system. This is what the elites and those are trying to cover up. Some people call it Nemesis. Some people call it Nibiru. Some people call it Planet X. But it actually is Nemesis, our second sun, if you think about it. A Nemesis means your arch enemy, right? That's the name of the star, Nemesis. It's the opposite of our sun. Our sun burns bright. This is a red dwarf star. It failed to ignite as a regular star. And there are planets around it. 7 planets, actually. But as you can see, it stays nice and round. I mean, it's quite obvious. You can see it's nice and round. And it stays round the entire way out. Oh, look at this. Here's one of our little bird friends right here on this one. Look at them all over. And you see this here? This right here looks like something was shooting at the sun or shooting away from the sun, or it could even be another battle formation. We've got several of those. I encourage any of my new followers to go look at some of my other videos on the subject, and you'll see not just Nemesis, but you'll also see several friends in space. But this is from today. Looks like we have a recent one that just kind of popped off on the upper right side. Ooh, that's actually going to go right over our heads, because once again we are over here. Okay, stereo head is off to the left looking at it, and then Earth is over here, then stereo behind it would be like over here if you're going to look from the top down. So we're over here, and this is going to go right over our heads. We might get a little bit of that, and I mean just a little bit of that. Not exactly sure. Let's hit refresh and see what happens if we get an extra view or two. Nope, that was it. Before we keep on going with our space weather, I did want to kind of do a little interruption in this. Out here in the middle of the Gulf of Mexico, literally in one of the deepest areas, we have a buoy in event mode. So folks, please be safe if you happen to live along the Gulf Coast region, because we have tsunami in event mode. Let's go take a peek at this bad boy, shall we? We're taking a little sneaky peek at it, and we can clearly see here. Let me zoom in here for us. There we go. We can clearly see here, this is our main strike. There was absolutely something that was affecting it, but this was the main strike. Now you're noticing here, it's not even a 1 foot. Maybe it might be a foot. Might be about a foot. Nope, not even. But in the deeper parts of the water, when you get a strike, even 1 foot makes a huge difference once it gets into shallower waters. Okay, so here we're going to look at the actual spike itself. We go from about 0.8.5, and it comes all the way down here to 0.04. That's actually a pretty significant strike for the Gulf of Mexico. So yeah, if you happen to be living in those coastlines, please be safe. Now we are over here at ISWA, and this right here is stereo ahead UVI 195. So this right here is our active sunspot region. Okay, this one over here, and this is what's coming around the bend that we're seeing coming around the corner at us. Okay, so this is the region that's facing Earth right here. See how it's got this nice little line here at an angle. You got the same angle here. This right here is our sunspot right here, the active one, and that's right here. But look what's coming around the bend at us. We got this guy here, which is this guy, here and here, and here, right? Here, here, and here. But look what's on the backside coming back around at us. It is increasing in activity. It is increasing in sunspot numbers. We got a lot of fun stuff going on. Oh, hey there, friends. What are you guys doing over there? Just hanging out. This is where I get to have a little fun with this. Oh, I love finding stuff out. So here we are at 6:48 in 30 seconds. You can see how it's getting a little shaded over here because this is where the mothership comes in, and it actually completely covers the sun, spins on its axis, and then goes out a different angle. So from this angle as it comes in, you can see here, from this angle, it should come here this way and go straight out this way. but it doesn't. It comes in this way and then goes out more this way. It's still got a slight angle on it, but not as sharp. Look at the sharpness difference. Whatever is coming in is rotating on its axis and going out in a different angle. So we can see that it leaves around 7:57, comes in around 6:48, so it's there for about an hour. So yeah, fun times. And I'm going to zoom in here at 193 angstroms. I want you guys to try and take a peek right here. This thing is actually spitting out plasma. It's actually kind of erupting a little bit. Watch this. Boom, boom, whoop. Right before that thing comes into view. You see how it's kind of spitting and sputtering? It's definitely throwing out plasma. So there's going to be plasma a lot from that, but not just from that. But we also have solar winds that are going to be coming up from this major deep coronal hole when it faces us. Now don't forget, these are light coronal holes. This is a deep coronal hole. So when this comes around, we're going to have solar winds from that, plus the plasma. Woo! From that coronal mass ejection. Yeehaw! Buckle up, folks. Gonna be a bumpy ride. And here we are at one of my favorites. This is an overlay of 211, 193, and 171 angstroms. And I would like to draw everyone's attention here to this bottom side. We are going to zoom right in here and look at it real nice and beautiful. Now, first thing I want you to notice, do you notice how we got all these like solar tornadoes kind of going to one central location from this round object here? I'm thinking this could be a mothership sucking in energy. As we watch, we'll see it twisting and going right towards that center. You guys see that? Something's going on there. Now here we also have our flare and coronal mass ejection right over here. And we can see it lift off here. Just a second. Really nice. Beautiful. Again, not Earth facing, so we're not in danger of that. It's just beautiful to watch. And so is that, seeing all this energy going right to this center location where it's completely and perfectly round. Could that be a mothership? Maybe a little mini black hole? I don't know. You're to me. And here, folks, we are looking at stereo ahead, running difference space weather beacon. So we can get a little bit better sight of what is happening here. Now this is from yesterday evening. And as we can see something lifting off, they actually delete data on us. Now this looks somewhat round, I'm not exactly sure, but before we can even tell, they jump ahead of us. Look at this, from 22:38, that's 10:38 p.m. to 3:23. That is 5 hours of missing data, and you can kind of still see that there's something here going on. It's a little more difficult. Oh, look at all the friends. Hi, friends. And we see this one here going off to the north of us, or going up over our head, so we're kind of ducking, bobbing and weaving, ducking and diving at the moment. Let's come check it out over here on this one. It does the same thing, once again. But this one, the thing I like about it is we can zoom in a little bit more and we can kind of see that something is right here in the middle. It's quite nice to watch occasionally. Oh, look at those friends. How you doing? Now it is quite pixelated, I apologize for that, but that's how the satellite information comes in. And there's that one going up above us. Ooh, looks like there's something around right here, doesn't it, folks? Look at that. Yeah, buddy. Now as we come over here to one of my favorite ones, now this one is always a couple of days behind for some reason. Now mind you, it doesn't have to be. Okay? Now this right here, we're looking at stereo ahead, and look at this. Battle formation. These are spacecraft. This is one right here. You can see it real nice. Okay? And this right here is a space station. Right here. This is a crescent moon shaped space station that is tidal locked with the sun. Kind of like our moon is tidal locked to the planet. This is tidal locked to our sun. It does not move. In fact, I've actually, in some of my previous videos, I actually show you where, oh look, there's another battle formation. I've actually shown you where it actually has its own gravity waves and it actually pushes things against. You know, when plasma is about to hit it, it actually pushes back. And this is the end of it right as we're about to get to our pop-off. But anyway, stay safe out there, folks, and remember that love is the only way forward.